top down, smoking on a fat cigar. Cool breeze in my head, bittersweet smoke flying through the air. It's the way I feel, smoking on a fat cigar. Look at sweet mama watching me play guitar. She got long black hair.
You know, Danny, before are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go through the intro,
We're not just blowing smoke.
we're not. We're not. But anyways,
Well,
how did,
we may be.
a little bit, how did Kurt meet? Because I wasn't there for that
How did
episode.
Kurt meet?
How did Kurt meet?
How did Kurt meet
What did he meet?
Jeff Pitchell.
How did he meet Jeff Pitchell?
They were smoking fat cigars.
I can imagine.
Like gaggers.
I can imagine.
I don't know that I heard how they actually met.
I know they know
Kurt
each other.
Kurt was a big concert guy, and I think, they met through Kurt attending his stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know more than that. I just know they've known each other for a long, long time.
Yeah. Because that just hit me, and I'm like, they're like best friends. They're like really good friends. And he's a Hall of Fame guitarist, blues guitarist.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did he meet him? I'm like, that's like, not to take anything away from Kurt.
Came to Twins and like
Kurt
that
got
was it. That's
charisma
all it
and
took.
Kurt got his thing going on, and you know what I mean. But I was just wondering, like, that just hit me, like, how do they meet?
No.
Back when Kurt had the Fu Manchu.
Oh Jesus,
Yeah.
the Fu Man shoe.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
that stash he had was incredible.
Take it away.
All right. Well, that was Jeff Pitchell's Fat Cigars you were listening to, and that means it's time for another episode of Not Just Blowing Smoke. Coming at you live from Twin Smoke Shop's headquarters in Londonderry, New Hampshire. Be sure to subscribe to us on Podbean, iHeartRadios, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, Google, or wherever else you get your podcast from. I am Pastor Padron. This is my co-host, Nick O'Teen.
Hello.
And Dave and Confused.
Waka
You're
waka.
lighting the right end, correct?
I hope so.
I hope so, too. Don't put that end in your mouth once you've lit it. See, Dave then puts the wrong end into his mouth just because he, that's how sin works. You tell somebody not to do something, and then they just turn around and do it. That's how you know people are screwed up.
Dave likes to do things his own way.
Yep, that's very true.
There's
Very
the right,
true.
There's the right way to do things, and then there's the description of my life.
Well, today we're doing one of my favorite annual episodes, the short cigar episode. And that's the episode where, it's fall, the days are getting shorter, and the nights are getting cooler. You got fall going on out there. The trees are changing, dropping their leaves, and people start shifting to shorter cigars, in part because most people smoke cigars outside. And, once the weather starts getting cooler, you don't necessarily want to sit out there for 2.5 or 3 hours. So you start seeing short cigars come more into play. And so we,
Very
every
true.
year, pick some of our favorite short cigars in the shop, and we're each smoking one of those. I am smoking the Romacraft Volstead Bell Livingstone. It's a short Robusto from Romacraft, and it features a Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, a Mexican San Andreas binder, and then fillers from the Dominican and Nicaragua. It is a tasty little stick.
It is very tasty.
Measuring in at 4.5 by 52, and a great little cigar, medium bodied, a little bit of spice,
And
some
everything
leather,
nice.
some coffee. Yeah, it's very, very good. What are you smoking there, Nick?
I
That is
got
probably the shortest cigar I've ever seen you smoke in your life.
true. I'm actually smoking it for two reasons.
Shorter
One,
than your
because
pinky.
we are having a short cigar. Actually, three things. So yes, we are having the short cigars episode. So I wanted to do this, and 2.
Well, we're having a short cigar episode. You're having short cigars episode.
Oh yes, I have 2 because I know that I'm gonna finish this in the next 15, 20 minutes. So
Seconds.
I'll have another one to finish the show. So I
But
did
only
want
one
to.
drink. Can he do it?
No, I can't. I'll probably have to flag Tyler down to get me another drink. So we're having the episode,
Yep.
which calls for this, and this was Paul's favorite cigar. So I'm paying tribute
Paul's
to you, Paul.
favorite short cigar.
Yep.
It was his favorite short cigar, and I didn't understand it at the time, and now I'm appreciating it a little bit more. But this was his cigar that he chose on the first episode that we've done for short cigars and short smokes. At the time,
Many moons ago.
we did the short cigar, and then we did the nose warmers as well
Yep.
for pipes. So I remember that episode very vividly because we all had to scramble to get pipes. I believe I used one of your pipes at the time.
Yeah, I had to actually buy another nose warmer so that everyone had a nose warmer pipe.
Yep. So, yes.
Mine was just over. The
Mine-
note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I was just
Yep,
slightly.
a little bit out of line.
I like
So-
what an eight. It was like a
Eighth
quarter
of an inch,
or
a quarter of
eighth
an inch.
Yeah,
I can't
something like
remember
that, yeah.
exactly.
So mine is Davidoff Escurio Petite
Robusto.
This thing is like
small.
super short.
Your
I mean
pinky's
like
bigger.
3-4 inches, man. So we have an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. The binder is gonna be Brazilian Cubra.
Cubra.
Cubra. So the
Brazilian Cubra.
that's what it says.
Okay.
And then for fillers, you got the Brazilian Cubra, Brazilian Matafina, and Dominican. So it's got some flavor going on with it. Man. It's got some pizzazz.
Now, a while ago, you were challenged to slow down the cigar smoking
Yeah,
and enjoy the cigar more. Have you continued with that?
I have.
Or
yes.
has your hyper speed continued?
No, I've continued to practice pumping the brakes a bit. Pumping the brakes. Some of the cigars I just kind of fly through. Like, I mean, the factory smokes that I normally buy, the bundles, I mean, I'm flying through those.
Oh, who cares? I mean, that's a factory bundle.
I mean, yes, but I mean, you know, kind of you're smoking that just to kind of smoke it. But all the cigars now, I told Dave, now I'm actually getting a collection of really nice cigars. I got a couple Byrons, I got an Opus X, I got some Volsteads, I got some other stuff, Cro-Magnums in there.
Did you buy the
I got-
CRA pack?
No, I did not. No.
Good way to start a collection.
Yeah, I got a couple Padrones in there. So I mean, those ones when I'm smoking at home, those will take me about 2.5 hours, and that's really really slow. Usually I'm
Yeah,
done within the
yeah.
hour. So that's stuff I do, and stuff like this. I mean, this is a Davidoff. It's really nice. And it's really smooth. Really really nice. I'm very happy about this one.
You gonna be awake, Dave?
We'll try.
All right. So tell us about what you're smoking. now.
I am smoking my very own cigar. No, not really. This is the
You
Tabernacle.
picked it because it's David.
I
didn't
picked it
you?
because it's a short cigar. Just so happens to be me. This is
Okay.
the Tabernacle David from the Tabernacle David and Goliath series that he did. This one comes in at 5x54. The Goliath is a 5x58.
Mhm.
This is a delicious blend of
Is it?
Connecticut broadleaf,
Mhm.
Mexican San Andreas binder, baby.
Mm.
And then we've got fillers from Honduras and Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Yep.
Three very different cigars.
Yep.
Very
and This
different.
is coming in at a full body, and it's got notes of pepper, cocoa, and spice. Everything nice.
Perfect for the fall walks through orange and red and green
And it's in a
leaves.
perfecto shape,
What's wrong?
Vitola,
There's nothing
yeah,
wrong
which
with
is
perfecto.
Which
absolutely
is also very much like you.
Vitola. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Small
Not
on
normal.
top, small on the bottom, but wide in the middle.
I am now. I used to not be. I was a string bean 90% of my life. Yep. And then 40 happened, and my
Damn.
metabolism said, "I'm out."
Damn, I don't, that sucks because I'm 38, so
Yeah, you got
I
two
got
more
2
years.
more years
and then
to
it's,
eat,
then it's
eat
over.
everything I want right
then
now.
it's
and
over.
Then, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm way more active than both of you guys put together, so
That is
That's
very
not
true.
nothing against you guys. I love you guys a lot, but I mean,
We're probably the same weight. So,
no, you're probably heavier than I am.
oh, thanks.
No offense. How much you weigh?
I don't know, close to 220.
225.
Ah,
Yeah,
haha.
225.
See? Yeah.
There
You hold
go.
a little bit more
Yep.
Yeah.
muscle mass than
muscle
I
mass.
do.
Yep. Yep.
I just hide the muscle mass.
I see.
What you have in your barrel, he has in his pecs. So.
Yep.
That's
See, it's just a difference of position. That's all.
Oh my. Well, what we're drinking tonight with our different cigars, we're all drinking the same
Cigar.
bourbon, and we are drinking a Koval.
Koval.
Koval is what it's called, Koval, and it is a mash of
Mash.
yeah,
It's a
a
monster
mash
mash.
bill of 51% corn and 49% millet, and it's an unusual grain combination.
Mullet.
The site says that provides notes of mango chutney and vanilla on the palate with a peppery caramel finish. I wonder if
I
you
get
all...
I get the peppery caramel finish, but not the mango up front.
Well,
I get the vanilla too, especially in the nose.
I get the vanilla. Yeah.
the manila.
The Manila,
The vanilla.
Milli Vanilla. All right.
Those guys are pissed
Why?
because I think all the people making
Oh
money on
my
lip
God.
syncing,
Lip
everybody
syncing, auto-tune.
auto-tune. They're all
Oh
freaking
my
everybody.
God.
They were pioneers.
Yeah, they were. Girl, you know it's true.
All right,
true.
on the
true.
finish, I can picture the mango chutney.
Mango chutney.
That kind of
Look
a
at the legs on that one.
And I've
mango-y
eaten-
kind of
I've eaten
fruity-
chutney. This doesn't taste like that. I'm gonna smoke my glass.
That would be cool. It'll be interesting to see how each of the cigars affects the bourbon and vice versa. All right. So
yeah, I get the mango on the more in the finish
more
too.
on the finish too.
than
Yeah,
the
right.
more- You know, like caramel, I kind of get on the tongue like right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
So, Dave, it being the middle of October, it's we're almost at the tail end of apple season.
Halloweens, yes.
Apple season. So I'm curious as to why we have not seen an apple pie.
You know,
Yep.
I just
was
I
gonna
don't
ask him
know.
that.
It's like for the last 2 years, I just haven't been in a baking mood.
What?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't know if I'm depressed.
Are
or
you?
something? But yeah, no. I need to make an apple pie. Because since I've known Teresa, I've never made an apple pie.
Really?
Yeah, we've
There
been
is a-
dating over a year now, so
Uh-oh.
yeah.
There is a common denominator there.
No, it was before that too. The year before that, I didn't make many apple pies. I don't know. It's like one of my like
Oh damn. Yeah, I get the mango chutney.
Paul used to always love my apple pies for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well,
And
I
he's
love your
gone.
apple pies.
And
I'm back.
It's kind of like nobody cares.
I care.
I don't know.
I didn't go apple
That's
picking
why I
yet,
brought it up. That's
but
why I brought it up. Every year, it's like we get apple pie, shoved down our throats, and then this year comes by,
we got
and there ain't
nothing.
no apple
Well,
pie. Not even a piece.
You know what?
Not
I'm
even nothing. I mean,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
make- I'm gonna make some apple pie tomorrow.
The only thing that you was it the Macintosh?
I'm gonna
Macintosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was at Cider Hill Farms on Sunday, and saw all the, barrels of Macintosh apples there, thinking, Dave hasn't made any apple pie.
No.
He hasn't offered to bring any on the show. Usually he's like all about it.
Yeah.
Putting
What's going on?
I love Teresa on top of the pie, and then
Aw.
all these little things that he wants to do, but none of it. And so what's the deal?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just haven't been.
Maybe
in the
I'll
mood to
just
bake.
buy my ingredients tomorrow and whip out some pies for Wednesday.
yeah.
Yeah, but the podcast is on Monday.
I know. We'll just have to make more.
Mm-hmm.
Make more. Oh,
I'll buy apples. I will buy the apple.
Yeah. If you haven't had my brother's apple pie,
you haven't had apple pie.
you have not had apple pie.
Nope.
And that is not just blowing smoke. That is the truth.
I sell them for $36 a piece on. If you want one, let me know.
What, on Patreon or something?
He's on Discord making them.
He's on Discord making apple pies. Oh my goodness.
He's got a Twitch page and everything, dude.
A Twitch page for his apple pie.
He's got a Twitch
Oh
page.
my goodness.
Does Discord. He's got a GoFundMe going on.
Good fun.
Oh, let's see here.
You know, smoking the glass does actually bring out more of that sweetness, more of that mango out of the drink. Yeah,
I almost said your mom.
I know.
It's so hard not to say that now.
I know, because you've been saying it all day.
I know. That I can blame that on Teresa. She says it all the time.
Michelle says she's just finishing her rack of ribs and 22-ounce T-bone,
Oh.
mashed taters, and gravy and corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Apple pie is for dessert.
She better be
Whoa.
smoking a beef stick after that.
I mean,
She's
I
just
mean, apple
smoking.
pie.
She don't have to smoke.
Oh,
you know, I had some carrot cake the other day, and it was fan-damn-tastic.
Fan-damn-tastic.
Oh, yeah. I love me some carrot cake. I love me some
I
carrot
love
cake.
good carrot cake.
Love me
Carrot
some
cake
carrot
is hard to beat.
Yeah.
when it's good, yeah.
My favorite cake is got to be red velvet cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory.
That is good stuff.
The last time I went there, I had a big slice, tall glass of milk, and I was in absolute heaven. That is my 100%
Wow.
favorite. Yeah, the
What does it
smoking
do
the
to yours?
glass, I get more mango up front. I can get
Yeah.
the mango.
That's totally what it did to me. It was just like, bam, fruity.
Yeah, I can get the mango up
That's-
front.
What about you?
Before the caramel was more present in the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like just reverse the order of the taste of
Yes,
the drink. That's
yeah.
pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And that happened to all of us?
It got more sweet and fruity with mine as well.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I wonder why that is. Why the smoke changes it so much. Is it just opening it up, or is it just kind of maybe, I was going to say dividing the molecules, but like
Dividing the molecules.
It's adding to the molecule.
adding, but I mean like,
Carbonating.
Well, I think the thing, when you smoke the glass, you smoke it, you cover it, you swirl it around. I wonder what would happen if you just swirled it around and agitated it and then had a sip, if that would also bring out the
maybe,
mango notes.
maybe.
Well, let's try it. Try it.
You try it.
Me try
You
it.
first.
All right, I'll try it. I'll try it right now. Okay.
What, are you half done already, Nick?
Well, I'm already at the band. I'm burning the band here, so I mean,
Yep, you got your first third. It's gone.
yeah, I'm already like ready to go for a second.
No,
Doesn't?
no, it's the smoke.
That's the
It's the
smoke.
smoke. It's the smoke. that
Smoke
does it.
affects the alcohol.
It's the smoke that does it.
So there you go.
Yep.
The smalcohol.
Mm-hmm. So, let's get right into our 724 flashback. It's that time of the show where we highlight a piece of history for 724 Cigars. Smoke a piece of history.
Absolutely unequal.
And here's what we're gonna do.
What are we doing now?
What are we doing? What happened, Dan?
The history moment is last Friday when we lost Marcos.
Damn. I didn't think we were
can't-
going to bring that up.
I can't. Yeah, I gotta bring it up. It was
Yeah,
just-
yeah,
you know what I mean. Great guy,
yeah.
great coworker, and just it's a shame that a tragic accident there. One of our employees, had an accident at home, and it was a really bad accident, and he succumbed to his injuries, and he passed on Friday, and it was a shock to all of us, and and having to come to work without him and everything, it was just big, big hit to Twins. So big, our thoughts
Oh.
and prayers are with his family and his son and
Mhm.
daughter, and you know, it's rough, and my father-in-law passed last week too.
Wow.
And at the event Friday, which everyone went great, but it was like any other event. There's all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff that's going on behind the scenes
Mm,
that you just
it's crazy.
woo. But we pulled it off, and everybody had a great time. And
Yep.
and when I say we, I mean you guys. I was off with my family last week, but
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys stepping up and doing the podcast with Rocky Patel and everything, and Kurt, and
It's a good
got
time.
it done.
doing a great job getting it done. But I thought maybe we could share a little Marco's story or something, or
Oh, Marco's story, man. I mean,
Well, he was like the night his injury happened was the one times that we hanged out. He came by the shop and
Hung
hooked
out.
it, and he was very generous. He's like, he started off by asking me, did you have the new blend of the Andalusian Bull? And I was like, no. And he was like, here. Like, holy crap.
yeah.
I
I mean-
that's almost what, $18-20 cigar. So,
Yep.
then we were smoking and just talking, hearing a little about his history and stuff like that. And then he's like, "You hungry?" And I'm like, "I'm always hungry, man." He's like, "Let's order some food." So we freaking order the food, and he's like, "I'm paying for it." And I'm like, "All right, dude." So he gave me a $20 cigar. Bought like $20 worth of food. And we hanged out all night until he left and stuff like that. And it was really awesome to get to know him. We had even made plans to hang out again.
yeah,
And unfortunately it never happened. So the next thing I knew was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting a text from Jay saying he's in the hospital. And I was just like, what the heck, man? But man, what a guy! What a generous person!
Yeah.
Always
Very generous,
smiling,
very
always
kind.
happy.
Yep,
Yep. Oh, man.
willing to step up. Great worker.
Yeah.
And he made my life easier as a manager, but customers loved him too.
Yeah. Yeah, he really clicked. I mean, he was a really, for the team that we had here in Londonderry, I mean, he was that missing piece.
Yeah.
I mean, when we had me and Bobby, it was just us two. And then when we got Marcos in, you know what I mean, the learning curve. And he was very knowledgeable about pipes and knowledgeable about cigars, but he didn't kind of know our walk-in, and, he needed that learning curve and knowing the POS and stuff like that. But once he got that down, I mean, he was that missing piece, and it was very awesome to have him around. I mean, you talk about generosity. I mean, this guy, there was never, and I'm pretty generous. I think of myself.
You are.
Pretty,
You're a very generous.
pretty
person.
generous individual when it comes to cigars, because for me, I want everybody to enjoy the cigars that I'm enjoying.
Right.
So I always will take the time with customers or with friends or with you guys or whatever, and sit down and smoke or give you a cigar or my tobacco or whatever I can do. But that guy went above and beyond. Even me, all the time. He's always, "Hey, Nick, we want a cigar?" I'm like, "Oh, Marcos, I got a cigar, man. You just gave me a cigar." "No, man, have another one." I'm like, "Marcos." And then like one time I had to buy him 2 cigars because he kept buying me cigars. I'm like, "Marcos, man, come on, man. You crazy." Yeah. "You want a drink? You want food? I got you." I'm like, man. But man, what a friend, what a coworker. Yeah, and I had him over my house. What was the day that we closed? It was Memorial Day.
Yep.
Had him over my house. And I invited him over my house because I know he came up here from Connecticut, and all his family and friends were down there, and he didn't really have anybody. And we closed the store, and everybody was kind of with their families.
Right,
And, that was
right.
like the last summer day of the summer. So I hit him up, and I was like, Marcos, come over to the house. Come over. We're having food. We're having drinks. And he's like, you sure? I was like, yeah. I sent him my address. He came over. Had all my in-laws there. Had all my family there. And, you know, he fit right in like a glove, man. I mean, it was just awesome, you know. And he comes from, you know, he's kind of a little bit of a gearhead. And my father-in-law and my father-in-law's brothers were there. And they all worked on cars at that in their height of their time. It was all like the 70s and the 80s,
Right,
and
right.
the Corvettes and the, you know, and then they got into all the Volkswagens and Audis and stuff like that. But he like fit right in. Like he had Audis and Volkswagens and stuff like that too. So they got together real quick, and they clicked, and it was just awesome to have him around.
That's
and
great.
yeah, and it was such a great time being around him at work and having him pop in and stuff like that. And it was, I mean, I'm going to miss him a lot.
Yep. He was a perfect piece here at Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
he really was. Really was. Great guy. And he will be sorely missed. But
Cheers to Marcos.
cheers to Marcos. Yep, raise a glass to Marcos there.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. And a little puff. And Roma Craft was one of his favorites, so.
This was one of the cigars that he never had a Davidoff, and I got him one of these cigars, and we smoked it for 30 minutes straight on shift. Sorry, Kurt. But we did. But we did, and he never had a Davidoff, and I wasn't going to buy him a $120 Royal, but I mean, at this cigar, at this price, I mean, the Petite
I'm
Robusto.
generous, but I'm not that generous.
I'm not that generous, but yeah, I mean, if he really wanted it, I probably wouldn't have cared, and I probably would. I've just said, "Fuck it, who cares? Just grab it. It's only money. Work an extra couple hours to buy that cigar." But I mean, this was the first Davidoff that he had, and we smoked it together, and we were going back and forth on tasting notes and what he tasted and what I tasted, and it was every moment for me smoking a cigar with him. Even pipes. I mean, he
loves his pipes too.
He loves his pipes. He was
He had, like,
extremely
40
knowledgeable.
different pipes.
Yeah, he was extremely knowledgeable on pipes and tobacco and stuff that he had and stuff that he's given me. I mean, it was special to me. I mean, every moment that we were together smoking and having fun and talking about cigars and talking about, you know, the times when he was serving and the times that he was in the jail and the time that I was in the jail and the stories we used to go back and forth. It really
Working at the jail.
Yes, working at the jail. We weren't in
We're
the
in
jail.
the
We were working at the jail.
And
So,
not working the jail,
I was-
but working at the jail.
I was in a uniform. I was in a correctional officer's uniform.
Well, they're all in uniforms too.
Everybody's in a correctional officer's uniform.
Yes.
So, but yeah, to me, it was special.
The good side of the fence. Yes.
Yes.
Not a costume.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might want to light that other one up, dude. You're about burning your fingers.
Oh, there's still more of that there.
I got about another 5 minutes on this thing.
So, yeah, last week was just one heck
Hell
of a
week.
week. It was, but it was, one of the bright points about last week. My daughter Maggie flew back into town and from Ohio, and she's still at the house.
Ohio.
And she's my oldest. She turned 21 in August.
Wow.
And so one of the things that she wanted to do while she was here was have a cigar with me and a pipe with me
Really?
Nice.
and
And a drink.
a drink with me.
Yes. Nice.
Nice.
And let me tell you something. She's turned into a little chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my goodness. She is enjoying pipes and cigars.
So you are Palpatine, and she is Darth Vader. Or
Yeah,
Anakin?
something like
She's
that.
turning?
Yeah. She's turning. She's turned to the dark side. And now, I've set her up with some cigars to bring back to her roommates, and she wants to buy her own pipe,
That's awesome.
and so I started her off, with the pipe with the 603 roast. From
Nice.
724,
That's a good smoke.
and love that. And by Sunday she's smoking Dark Bird's Eye,
Whoa.
Yeah.
and enjoying that. And Cigar started her off with a Sweet Jane,
Mm-hmm.
and that has since gone to.
Tatuaje.
Yeah, she hasn't had a tat yet, but she had a twins, the Rocky Patel
Oh, nice.
25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Great cigar.
And she's had what else has she had? Oh, come on, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But I mean, some strong, full-bodied cigars,
Awesome.
and she's enjoyed just about
A
all
Neanderthal
of them. She hadn't had a Neanderthal. She's not had the Neanderthal yet.
digger.
But she's really getting into
That's
it.
awesome.
So that's been really cool, getting to share something that I love with her and seeing her like it and everything. And so
That's awesome.
we've spent and one of the things we've done while she's been smoking is we watched all 4 John Wick movies.
There you go.
You know,
Wicking it out.
she had never seen them.
Oh,
She
no.
had never seen any of
what?
them. So it was like this whole thing, because our whole family, well, maybe not Mandy, but Anna and Ray, my other daughters, they love the John Wick movies.
Oh, that's so great.
And so, Maggie was like, well, I've never seen any of them. And what? We got to watch them. And so we had this big marathon that went over a couple of days, watching all
That's
4
awesome.
John Wick movies.
That is
That
awesome.
was a lot of fun.
That is so great, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
very, very cool.
Speaking of marathons, I attempted to redo or rewatch Pirates of the Caribbean.
All of them?
All 5.
All 5 of them.
I got through 2 the other night, back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned the TV off, went to bed, woke up 2 hours later, wake up to go work out. I was like, what am I doing? But yeah, I got through the first one and I got through the second one. I mean, I think by far the second and third one are the best.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like the first one, yes,
First one was good.
that sets the stage with Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow and who Jack Sparrow is, and the introduction of Keira Knightley's character and Orlando Bloom's character and everybody else in there, and kind of sets the stage for part 2. And then part 2, you got Davy Jones and you got the whole crew and you got all those guys coming back, and it was just awesome stuff. And that's what I'm doing now. When I go home, I'll watch the third one and we'll go from there. What do you got?
No, I'm just reading the comments on the YouTube. Michelle says it's funny that you both weigh twice as much as she does.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
That's okay. I'll take it as a compliment. Appreciate you.
Yep. So, while we're on that subject, why don't we do that? Michelle is one of our friends of the show, and she sent us another update this week. She's our intrepid, scantily clad cigar shop scoping surfer buddy. And she's in Miami this week. She's in our same time zone, which is nice. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hey guys, I've been in Miami for a few days already shooting for a swimwear company. While here, I got to visit the Cuban Crafters Club. Located in Little Havana, this cigar shop stands out for a number of reasons. They feature a lounge where you can enjoy your cigar purchases, Cuban coffee, and alcoholic beverages. They have their own cigar factory on site and feature several unique cigars only available from their own craftsmen. The service was good, the selection was great, and overall a fantastic place to visit for cigar lovers in and near Little Havana. If you ever visit Miami, it's for the weather, the fine girls in bikinis, or the Latin music and vibe that make up the unique flair that is Miami. You should definitely check out Cuban Crafters. This shoot is going much more smoothly than the last one in LA. In LA, they tried to rush the shoot, causing delays in extra shooting time, as well as one set of batteries for my cochlear implants being lost in the shuffle. Which brings me to bitching with Styles. My question for you guys is, people lose things and make it seem like it's no big deal. Well, after losing my batteries, they acted like I could just go to the corner store and buy a new set. These are specialized rechargeable batteries that cost $150 for a new set. I was furious, and their attitude made me even more so. If you're responsible for someone's stuff, then you should have to make it right when that stuff is lost or stolen. This crew did neither, and after complaining to my agent, they won't be working for Gap anymore. Meanwhile, I was devastated at the loss. Not so much about the money for the replacement, but it could have left me deaf for an extended period of time. So now to my question for you guys. Has someone ever done something like this to you? How do you think I should have handled this? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks and love to all. Michelle.
You know, every time I hear her
I
talking,
can't believe she's deaf.
well, not even that. I don't even care about that. Every time I hear her talking, because I used to play this game called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? And the game, and it wasn't,
San Diego.
well, it was that, but the clue. So when you got to like a place and the clue came up, or the computer was talking to you about that clue, it sounds exactly like her. And I'm like, man, I have flashbacks of like going in the computer and going through the program and playing that game and going to different. Oh my god. But yeah, it's great. But for me, I mean, nothing really. I mean, as far as like somebody else lost my property and they didn't really care about it, like I would care about it. I don't think I've ever been in a situation like that.
Yeah, but what would you do if that was you?
Oh man.
Do
Well,
you think she handled things right?
yeah.
Those gentlemen are no longer employed with the Gap.
Well, yeah. Those are the consequences.
They got
right?
their comeuppance.
They got their comeuppance.
Dave, you lose stuff all the time.
Screw those
so
California people, man. Like, I don't even care, you know? Just sink
They
it.
probably went out to some surf place, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it, man."
No, I usually, water off a duck's back because I believe in karma. I believe that God said, "Vengeance is mine," saith the Lord. So you know what I do? I just give it to God, because you know what? Because there is nothing.
How many times did you say that to your brother?
I can do that God can't do a billion times worse. You know what I mean?
Good point.
Like, you know what? So give it to the man. Give it to the man. No sweat off my back. Give it to the man. And you know what? I have plenty of stories that show examples of how bad things have happened to people that piss me off, and I just let it go.
I remember, this is going back
30 years.
You can
No,
just tell a
no,
story
it's-
about
it's-
me.
It's not,
Yeah, right.
it's not 30 years, but maybe 2005-ish.
So almost 30 years.
Really? No.
23. I mean, like 23.
But I had when I worked at Little Taste of Cuba in Princeton, New Jersey, the cigar shop that got me started on my journey with cigars and pipes. One of the things that was kind of drilled into my head, for better or worse, was if you really wanted to be the quintessential cigar guy, you needed a DuPont. You needed a DuPont lighter. And if you guys don't know what that is, ST DuPont is one of the world's best lighters that you can get.
Paris.
And they're handmade. It takes, several months to make one of these things. All the parts are made by hand. They're all put together by hand. And it's kind of like buying a Rolex. It's made
It's
with
the Rolex of lighters. It really is.
It's the Rolex of lighters.
They don't lose value. They
It's
just go up.
they're made with precious metals, and that's what So like if you buy a Rolex or you buy a Timex, it's not like the Rolex is going to tell time better,
True.
but it's
It's an investment.
it's an investment.
Yeah.
You know, you can probably sell the Rolex for what you paid for it, if not more, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. So I had this brushed palladium DuPont that I had got there, and I had done it, on a layaway system, and I had not been very clear to the owner of the store why this lighter was coming in, and so I kind of got a lot of heat for taking this lighter, but over 3 or 4 paychecks I paid for this lighter. I mean, it was back then. I think it was $500.
Wow.
25 years ago for this palladium lighter. They don't. The same lighter today is
1,500.
yeah. So, there was. Let me put this in perspective. There have been times in my life where that lighter was worth more than the car I was driving. Right? It was the most expensive thing that I owned, and it was like the one ring to me. I'm always feeling in my pocket for it.
Yeah.
Always, if I can't find it, I'm like, my eyes are going all Gollum-like, and I'm looking all over. But I did. I was able to. I kept track of it for the most part, and had it for years. But it was always a stress if I could not find that thing. And one weekend, and I think it was around 2005, 2006. We were at a 4th of July celebration in Wakefield, where I was living at the time, Wakefield, Massachusetts. And somebody pickpocketed me
Oh,
and stole it.
damn.
And I was just, it was weird because I just, up until that point, like if something like that had happened, I would have gone absolutely ballistic. But for whatever reason, I was able to say to myself, I got to enjoy that for the number of years I had it. I guess that's it. And I was amazed at how I was sad. I was wicked disappointed, but I wasn't like losing my crap like I would have, even, a year or two before. And never thought I'd get it again. But God took care of that for me,
Did he?
And yep, a couple years later, I I told him you can't just buy a lighter like that and get away with it, and keep your wife happy.
True.
That's like a month's worth of food.
That's a week's worth of food
That's
now.
a week's worth of food now, yeah. And but I remember so I told myself I would not replace it unless it was like not going to hurt me financially. And there was a great alignment in the heavens. It all came together, and I did 2 funerals in a week, which
there you
gave
go.
me some money. And at Two Guys Smoke Shop, they were having their annual March Madness day, and so the lighter was 20% off.
Oh.
So I paid for it, and I had a $100 gift certificate at the time. So I had a $100 gift certificate, the money I'd gotten from the funerals, and I was able to replace the lighter. And from then on, I said, 2 people had to die in order for me to get this lighter.
It's some pretty heavy stuff.
That's pretty heavy stuff, but in my case, fairly true.
Yes.
But Michelle, I think you did the right thing. I think you if these guys weren't being honest or about and not understand, at least be understanding. I mean, it's not like you go down and you get a AAA battery and stick it into your head. It's not that kind of a thing.
Radio Shack ain't around anymore, so.
Oh, it is not. But you got batteries plus.
But I
I
can.
don't think they have an ocular impedance selection though.
No. And I mean,
No?
can you imagine though? Because if you don't have these if you don't have the batteries for these, you can't hear a thing.
Nope.
Nothing. And if you are used to hearing stuff, and then nothing, you can't even hear your own voice in your head.
Thank
That's
God for
just-
Google Translate.
Yeah, no.
That's just, I can only imagine how livid she must have been.
Oh yeah.
So,
Screw them.
yeah.
They did the right thing.
There you
Screw
go.
them.
I think you did the right thing to complain. I wouldn't have done anything different. And a pox on those people. Apparently, it's already kind of happened if they got fired. But
Yeah.
there you go.
So she takes those. Can she take those implants in and out?
No, the implant. I don't think
it's
the
just
implant.
the implant.
It's an implant,
Oh,
cochlear implant. But there's a battery that connects to it that powers it up.
That would suck if like she was sleeping and the batteries ran out and like she had like a hurricane.
I'd
or-
like to know how you test the batteries, like to see how much. Like, do you have an app?
probably
Like,
yeah.
what's up with that?
Well, I'm sure things
You
they
like,
start.
is your head Wi-Fi? Like, like,
I don't think
'Cause,
her
like,
head's Wi-Fi.
because Teresa, she the pacemaker she has. When they go in to like check it out,
Yeah.
they just log into it.
Oh, really?
They don't have to put a lead on her and nothing. They just go, oh yeah, look at that, you're doing well.
Oh, it's
let's,
AI,
Let's
huh?
see how your heart's doing. Let's shut it off, and they'll shut it off, and she'll be like, they'll be like,
Really?
turn it back on, and then boom. And
They've
she's
done
like,
that?
Yes, it's crazy, dude. It is freaking nuts.
They've stopped her heart on purpose.
Well, not stopped her heart, but her heart by itself can't beat normally. So there's like she cannot live without that pacemaker.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Imagine that, huh?
We've already talked about how you need to
Yeah,
be a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit more gentle, Dave, with the loving, stopping her heart, breaking her back, so-
It's the only time she prays to God.
Oh, nice.
oh my goodness.
Attaboy.
Mm-hmm. So what's the final verdict here on the short cigars?
I love smoking me.
I mean, it's a great smoke. Why is it got to be so short?
That's what she said.
I mean,
Wow.
I wouldn't.
What she said.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if I'm grabbing this cigar, I'll just go for the Toro. I know we have a large Perfecto in there too. I just do that. Grab my smoking coat outside.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a nice 120 proof bourbon. And sit outside and enjoy. That's it. Bring my dog Zeus out there. He's got a double fur coat. He'll be good. That's it. And I just enjoy. I'll put some classical music on.
Classical.
Just relax. But yeah, great smoke. Again, I'd probably have to do 4 of these things if I'm smoking them because I don't want to have to. It's so small. It's so small. Great cigar. It's too small.
Michelle wants to know why it's so short, Nick.
Genetic
Why is it
defect.
so short?
I don't know.
Bad,
I don't
bad
know.
genes. Bad
That's
genes.
that's just how God made it. I don't know.
God made the cigar small.
Delicious
Small.
things come
That's how
in
they
small
made it.
packages.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they made it. Delicious things come in small packages. That's true.
It's the
I
kind of
mean,
line that works for Dave.
yeah, that's true too.
Hung like a baby.
Delicious things come in small packages, baby.
Oh boy.
Here's some apple pie.
Oh lordy.
Dave, how's yours?
Oh my.
Final thoughts on your David?
It's so good and chocolatey and spicy and I love it. Anything that friggin' Nick makes is just bomb.
You're welcome.
Nick Melillo.
Oh,
Melillo.
my bad.
Sorry.
Said you're welcome anyways.
Yeah. Yep. You did. Because we're dealing with these staffing issues, and another one of our tobacconists, Bobby, is moving on to bigger and better things.
Yep.
So because of that, we're going to have to move things around a little bit. And so starting next week, we will be on at 9 o'clock,
Maybe
9-ish,
9-ish.
9-ish. And,
Depends on how many people
you know,
we
now
can bribe.
the
Yeah.
audio episode is always going to go up the following Monday.
Yep.
You know, that's not going to change. You know, the episodes are going to go up, and there'll be an audio recording of the interview with Kurt and
Rocky.
Rocky from last Friday going up. And so, you know, that part of things isn't going to change. But until we get our staffing figured out here, we're going to have to move around a little bit. So next week we'll be starting at as close to 9 o'clock as we can. And hope you guys still hang around to watch with us. But even if you don't, you need to make sure that you keep listening to the show, because it's going to be some good stuff coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
So that's our show for tonight. Thanks for being with us. And we hope that you enjoyed these fine short cigars. This
Get you
Bell
some.
Livingstone was amazing.
Davidoff Escorio. I don't recommend the Petite Robusto. There are other sizes in line, so I recommend those other ones. But stay smoky, my friends.
All right.
Thank you.
Ta-ta.
For now. Oh, we're going somewhere. We're going to buy.